I'm a producer out of Buffalo, New York. I make beats for a lot of the well-known artists around Buffalo. I do all kinds of stuff. I do web stream shows. I do custom beats. You know, anything you guys want as far as music goes, album covers, stuff like that. Originally from Buffalo, New York. I've been all over every part of Buffalo. I've lived on the west side, South Buffalo, the east side, Lovejoy. I've lived in Tonawanda. Right now I'm located in Hamburg. I've lived downtown. You know, I've been all over Buffalo, so I know a lot of different people around Buffalo who are born and raised. You know, lived in Massachusetts for about a year, but this is where I'm from. This is my city. I'll probably be here forever. Accomplishments as far as producing and stuff like that. In 2008, I was nominated for Producer of the Year at the Buffalo Hip Hop Awards. That was sponsored by Happy Entertainment. After that, in 2009, I had a song that was retired into the WBLK Hall of Fame with Rachel Palumbo. It was 5 weeks in a row in the top 10 spot for local hip hop. We also have another song in Colorado that's retired in their unsigned Hall of Fame. I won a producing contest on Shade 45 XM. I have over 54,000 plays on MySpace. That's how long I've been doing shit on there. Last year I was nominated for Producer of the Year at the WBLK Unsigned Hype Music Awards. I've done numerous albums and mixtape appearances, features. I have probably about 15 to 16 songs total that I've had on 93.7 WBLK. I started actually I used to rap back in the day in high school, you know what I mean, because I just wanted to do something with the music. Since I was so young, I didn't have the funds to make, you know what I mean, like music, or I really wanted to DJ, you know what I mean? So like when I was younger, I'd say about 14, 15, I went around the neighborhood. I remember I cut mad lawns for like $20 a lawn, and I got enough money to order a whole DJ set out of the back of the Source magazine, the Music Factory. And I remember I sent my like 400 bucks in or something like that, and then I got my DJ equipment like probably like a month later. I was like so happy. It came with a mic and all, and I was just in my garage cutting it up, doing all kinds of stuff. But then I really got into the beats, and then they came out with the music generator for the PlayStation 1, the MTV music generator, and I started making beats on that. And I didn't realize that you could sample on that. And then I started just turning like taking samples of well-known stuff and flipping them into beats. And around my neighborhood, it just started getting around, and a lot of people started coming for beats that were made off of the generator. And I'm thinking, man, if I had enough money to get like pro shit, that I could make something, you know what I mean? I could make something like crazy, you know what I mean? I had the ideas, but the quality wasn't there. But I was selling beats for like 10 bucks a pop off the generator, and then just went up from there. About like 2 years later, I ended up getting like 4 Triton, and then just, you know, the equipment just built from there. MPC 2000 XL, I have a Triton LE. I use Reason. I map everything in Pro Tools, MIDI. I have a Roland Juno GI keyboard. I use the turntable sometimes, not so much for scratching, just for samples and stuff like that. I got audio monitors. I got a nice Bluebird mic that picks up live instruments and vocals good too, so sometimes I'll put a little live joint in there, or a live sound, you know what I mean, interpret them into my beats. And basically a lot of MIDI stuff, you know what I mean, as far as like Ableton and stuff like that. I can bring up all kinds of sounds through Pro Tools from my Triton, so, and a lot of sampled sounds too, you know. When I make my beats, I use everything, bro, you know what I mean, like, just the way I do it, everything's synced together through MIDI, so I use like the MPC all the time. I use the Triton all the time. But the Triton, I'd say, is my main, like, my main board, you know what I mean? I run the MPC through my Triton MIDI, and then I have programs that come right up as plugins to Pro Tools that I run right through the Triton. This is how my process goes. A lot of people do it differently. I usually start off, actually I can go two different ways. Okay, if I'm doing a sample beat and I find the sample, I find the tone and pitch of the sample that I want to use it at, and then I put the drums next. But if I'm making like an original beat, like on the keys and everything, I'll make my drums first, and then I'll just bang out the keys after and go through all different sounds to see what fits best with the drums. So I basically do my samples. When I do my sample beats, I do the sample first, then the drums and add-ons and stuff like that. When I do original beats, I do the drums first, and then I do my keys on top of that. I do like kind of like Linkin Park-ish type beats. You know, by request, I don't really do that on my own, but if somebody requests it, I can do it for them. Some house beats, if people request it, you know what I mean? And like semi-rock sort of hip-hop, you know, beats blended together, you know, stuff like that. But mostly hip-hop, all different styles of hip-hop. I'd definitely have to say, I'd say the RZA, my #1. I'd have to say DJ Premier, #2 for sure. Pete Rock right around there with Premier. Timberland, I think he's crazy nasty with it on a whole different type of level, but as far as like, you know, I'm a New York, East Coast, I like that type of music, so definitely those three first ones. And Havoc too, you know, Mobb Deep, I like his beats. And I like a lot of other producers now, but there's just so many, you know what I mean, that those ones have always been my favorite, you know what I mean? I'll always stick with those ones as my influences, you know what I mean? Because that's around the era of hip-hop that I grew up with, you know. Yeah, I do. I like a lot of the new producers in the industry. Actually, I like Lex Luger. I think his shit's crazy. Kanye for sure. I like Boy Wonder. He's got some nasty stuff. You know, his newer people. You know what I mean? You know, the music is evolving, and I don't. You know, I just love music. Future for me, I'm trying to put out a 20-track mixtape. It's basically going to be like the best of Ireisch Productions. It's just going to be tracks that I've done throughout the years that I think are my personal favorites. They might have been on albums before or mixtapes before on other people's personal stuff, but I'm going to bring it all together in one and have it just an Ireisch Productions mixtape. I have a mixtape coming out with the incredible NES soon. I got a mixtape coming out with Special K from EVC soon. And I just did an album for a group called Lake Effects that just dropped probably a couple months ago. But as far as like coming up for my own personal stuff, I got a mixtape coming out with 20 tracks, all known Buffalo artists, and stay tuned for that. I believe the Buffalo music scene needs to come together more, you know what I mean? Like, as far as like helping each other out, like promoting each other, and instead of trying to be better than the other dude, you know what I mean? And like just everybody come together, because you know what I mean. That's how you put a city on the map. Everybody's got to work together, and you know I do see a lot of that, but I don't see enough, like more than I should see more of it. You know what I mean? But I've worked with a lot of cool ass people around Buffalo, and I've helped them out, and they've helped me out. So I really like the music scene in Buffalo. I think it's a good scene. I think there's a lot of talent. This is Ireisch Productions. You know, get at me for those beats. Shout out to my man Jay Heath, Flawless Crime, Buffalo Rapper, 716 Live. Good looking on the interview. Peace.
And what's right is wrong. Spit trash on the track, and they like the song. Yeah, they like the song. They don't care if you're saying nothing when your mic is on. They think they go hard. We come a million times twice as strong. Python.